Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I've done reaction videos to Fear the Walking Dead. It's on hiatus now until September 10th. But I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a reaction video to episodes 5 and 6. Five called um, "Burning in Water, Drowning in Flame," and episode 6 known as "Red Dirt." So I'm just gonna do reaction videos to that. And okay, you know what? I'm still having fucking technical difficulties with my um recording software and doing split videos of reaction videos. So I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. Whenever I at least download the episodes, that it won't work. So I'm just gonna do a review. A mid-season recap episodes 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I know people say like, why haven't you? I know that I have one particular YouTuber that asked for a reaction video a couple weeks ago, and why haven't I done that? And I'm sorry, but tough shit. I tried. I wanted to, but you know what? I have other shit going on in my life. I have a lot of shit going on in my life, so I don't know what to tell you that I can't dedicate my full efforts to trying to figure out what's wrong with this. But anyway, here are the recap. Here are the important points from 5, 6, 7, and 8 of Fear the Walking Dead, which is going to be on hiatus until September 10th. I'm not going to be doing any kind of review or videos related to that until that time. Um, Luciana has basically just taken off and gone back to the border because she does not want to stay with Nick and doesn't trust Jeremiah in this whole new community. So she's taken off to the border and is not to stick around. But the former who's cut his hand and the actress who plays Madison Clark looks like a member of the boy band. Madison is taken off towards Troy and with doing this whole militia and doing this whole search for Travis's killer who shot down the helicopter with this whole mentality of this enemy is my friend, and we basically want to try to get to know Troy more and realize how emotionally damaged he is from having to deal with neglect and emotional abuse from both Jeremiah and his mother. By the way, Troy's brother Jake has become, developed an attraction towards Alicia, and the attraction is mutual to the point where they've actually slept together. You had Jeremiah, who basically you find out that basically you find there's a Native American leading his own community named Walker who was actually found Ophelia, who was basically dehydrated and about to die of heat exhaustion until he found her and become a member, and she's become a member of his community. Daniel and Strand went back to the hotel. Strand has been lying to the community the truth about what's happened to Ophelia until they encounter a horde of walkers when they get back to the hotel, and he's forced to confess after Daniel pressures him, saying how Ophelia basically abandoned them at the hotel while they were still there, and knowing that, Daniel knowing Strand is so shady and pissed at him, he leaves him at the mercy of the walkers. Strand manages to escape and finds the Abigail, and goes back on board and communicates with some astronauts about how the outbreak didn't just spread to Mexico and California; it spread all over the world, and he's forced to accept the fact, and that forces him to abandon whatever attachment he has towards his life of luxury, to the point where he actually not only does he just kill the walkers that are on board, but he also just burns sets the entire Abigail ablaze. Like I said, Ophelia makes her way back to the community run by Jeremiah, and she ends up being this Trojan horse in which she affects the coffin for the soldiers with them, and they're all dying and they become infected, to the point where Madison gets pissed and catches up with Ophelia when she tries to escape, and beats her to a fucking pulp. And it turns out that she was manipulated by Walker into bringing anthrax into their community because Jeremiah was responsible for killing Walker's loved ones, and his skeletons were on the remains of Jeremiah's community. And now there's this tension between Walker's community and Jeremiah's community, to the point where he wants Jeremiah to turn himself over, basically dead. Jeremiah refuses, and Madison tries to talk Jeremiah into killing himself for the sake of peace. He refuses to do that, but but in a surprise turn, it's Nick that ends up coming into Jeremiah's study and shooting him in the head, and shooting Jeremiah in the head at point blank range. And Madison delivers a decapitated body to Walker, but based on the previews for the upcoming episode, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to lead to peace because their community is still surrounded by Walker's forces. So basically, in a nutshell, I feel like this episode, the show has gotten much more interesting. It's finding more traction, and like I said, I've been enjoying this more than more than the original show, The Walking Dead, or at least season 7 of Walking Dead, where it just kept, spinning his wheels toward and it was. I guess the problem with that show was that it was spinning its wheels toward an inevitable conclusion, as opposed to Fear the Walking Dead, where it's a spin-off. It's not based on any of the comic books related to Walking Dead, so there's this kind of like, and they're not just like milking, and like the main series is not just trying to milk its popularity and the ratings it's getting for all its fucking worth, where it's just like they're trying to throw in like random 90-minute episodes and it affects its fucking pacing and stuff like that. And I'm just looking forward to seeing where it goes, because the previews have showed that Daniel meets up with the rest of the cast at Jeremiah's community, and what Walker's plans are going to be, and what I feel he's going to do, realizing that she's been used as a tool for Walker's machinations in this last few episodes. So it'll be cool to see what kind of direction the show goes in. So, what have you guys been thinking of The Walking Dead so far? Is there anything you got to mention? What's been your favorite moment of the season so far, or the last few episodes before I went on hiatus? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.